Welcome to the Virtual Lab Test Guide video series. This series provides guidance on installing and configuring the Big IP Virtual Edition for use in a Hyper-V lab environment. Chapter 2 of this 4-part series addresses configuring management access to the Big IP Virtual Edition. After we've configured web-based access, we will license the Big IP and perform additional basic configuration steps. Before we're able to access the Big IP from the web-based GUI interface, we must first configure the management port from the command line interface. To access Big IP's command line, log in at the console directly from the Hyper-V window. The username is root and the password is default. Enter config at the prompt to access the management port configuration utility. The first screen contains the default management IP address that ships with every Big IP. Modify the address as necessary. Accept or modify the subnet mask as necessary. In this example, we'll continue to use a Class C. Configure a default route. Confirm your settings by selecting Yes. With the management IP address configured, we can now access the web-based GUI interface and license the Big IP. Using a browser, navigate to the management IP address you just assigned the Big IP. The Big IP requires a secured HTTPS connection. Ignore the security warning. This is expected behavior. To log in, we'll use the default login of admin for both the username and password. Upon login, we are immediately directed to the setup utility. Before any additional configuration can take place, the Big IP must be licensed. Select Activate. The following screen provides a place to enter the 27-character registration key. You can request a registration key from the Microsoft Partnership team at F5. Assuming your Big IP has internet access, leave the activation method on automatic. If not, select manual. After accepting the end-user license agreement, the Big IP will perform a soft restart. Now that the Big IP is licensed, we must provision the various modules as necessary. The Big IP platform can be licensed for various modules such as Local Traffic Manager, Application Security Manager, and Access Policy Manager. For this Big IP, we'll provision the Access Policy Manager, the Application Visibility and Reporting, and the Local Traffic Manager. To enable the modules, assign them nominal resources. After provisioning resources, the Big IP will perform a soft reboot. Once the system is rebooted, additional basic configuration continues. We'll provide the Big IP with a hostname, we'll choose a time zone, and assign passwords for both the root and admin accounts. After providing the required information, the system will log out and require a login with the new credentials. The Big IP is now ready for network configuration. In Chapter 3 of this series, we'll configure the Big IP for use in our lab network infrastructure.